You must be wondering, what am I doing? कर क्या रहा हूँ? I don't even know how to swim. Rishikesh.
What brought me to Rishikesh? I think I've always been into yoga and sort of discovering my spiritual side a bit more. And Rishikesh had been in the back of my mind for about 5 years already, but I hadn't had the chance. And right now was the moment, and I took the opportunity.
Like Rishikesh, last time as soon as I arrived, it felt like home. And this time as well.
Well, I am a yoga teacher, and when I studied back in 2010, 2011, I always heard about India, and Rishikesh is the birthplace of yoga. So I always was interested and intrigued to come here, and here I am. It only took however many years.
चलते रहता है, ये बैठा रहता हूँ, कहीं जाना ना आना।
यार मैं सोच रहा था, मैं 30 साल का हो गया, मेरे बाल गिर रहे हैं, गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ ब्रेकअप तो अब हो ही गया, लाइफ तो अब इधर से खत्म ही हो गई है। अब क्या करूं? तो मैं रोया, बहुत रोया, अकेले रोया। रोने के बाद सोचा दूसरों के हाल भी जान ले।
Well, I think any time that we're going through challenge, it's a beautiful opportunity for growth and evolvement. And so if you're looking at it from the perspective of we really are here to evolve and grow, then whatever challenge is coming up, you know that there's a higher lesson on the other side of it. So to just basically feel your way through it without judging yourself or punishing yourself or doing anything to, I guess, elongate. Because really emotions in general are they're energy in motion. So what they're really asking for is to be seen and to be felt, and then they will pass. To have any experience really is to allow something to move through you. So that means it's going to break you open in some way. So whether it's a breakup, whether it's a loss, whether it's grief, whether it's, a family member saying something that is really hurtful, all of these are ways for us to really feel the emotion fully and to know that on the other side, like I said, is our actual growth. And there's always some wisdom or insight on the end of it, And I think, we tend to, at least Western culture, I'm from America, we tend to over glorify these down moments, right? With writing these sad songs and writing poetry. And we tend to there's inspiration that comes through when you're feeling sad.
यार ये तो मैंने भी किया था।
Which is beautiful and great, but I really think we should focus on the higher learning and understanding, instead of focusing on why this is happening for me, change it to how this is happening. Why is this happening to me, but this is happening for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the higher good.
For the higher good. And what am I learning? And how is this situation expanding me, helping me grow, maybe from a perception or a limitation or a belief that maybe you didn't feel worthy, or maybe you felt like something would last forever. It's all about non-attachment, right? So really focusing on taking the personal out of it.
Yeah.
But you can't jump there. Right? You got to be honest with yourself, right? If you need 3-4 days to grieve whatever is happening, feel that fully, And you'll know when you're ready to then ask a higher question. But to try to ask the higher question right away means you're just suppressing it. And it's a dance. It's a delicate dance. And I think you learn over time when you start doing this work, this deep inner work. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and journaling is a great, there's so many tools, journaling, voice notes are great, getting in the body somatically, moving the emotion through, doing breath work, yoga, dance, anything, and it's okay to have levity too. While you're in something difficult, it's okay to watch a funny movie, laugh at it, be silly, and then go back to grieving. It's all part of this experience And you can journal from the perspective of the emotion. I always say, dearest sadness, what would you have me know?
Yeah.
Dearest heartbreak, what would you have me know? Because then you're not claiming it, it's not you. It's actually just wanting to basically be heard,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And you're able to have that sort of perspective where it's like, it's not taking ownership, like I am sad, but I'm feeling sadness. It's a different perspective, yeah. And our emotions are pretty smart and they'll tell us what they need from us. I think that our purpose is to be authentically who we are. And that is a lifelong journey that we're going to try on different beliefs, try on different personas, and then one day, or maybe there's multiple moments where you feel like, I think this really is authentically who I am, And I think for me, coming here now versus when I did my yoga teacher training is so much more impactful because I'm a lot older, because I really do think that my path is authentically me. So I feel like life will reflect back to you your authenticity. And so to really find out, like, what is it that makes you happy? How do you define success? What do you want your day to look like? Not based on your parent or conditioning, what they tell you, all of that. And I think being here, it's kind of like this time warp where I don't feel like time exists. You can kind of create whatever persona you want. And there's so many healing modalities here.
Yes.
It feels like a big spiritual playground,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think our true purpose is to just be who you really are. And that is radical because most people spend their whole lives just trying to be someone else or what their parents think or what society says. And I think to be who you are means your life isn't going to look like everyone else's. And you have to be brave enough to accept that and to continue on. And the more you start to be who you really are, the more things get even more weird, but / exciting.
Yeah.
This got me thinking, all this pain I hold, ये सभी out of syllabus लग रहा है, but ये punishment मैं खुद को ही क्यों दे रहा हूँ?
I think the biggest thing is to not be punishing with yourself and or be hard on yourself. Like there's no right way to do it. It's just your way.
Every emotions deserve to be lived, to be felt. So it doesn't matter what you're feeling, like you have to feel it, you have to recognize it, acknowledge it, and it'll pass. Once it knocks on the door, you say hello and then you let it go. That if you keep pushing it away, it'll keep coming back.
Sure, I think it's most important like to embrace the feelings instead of like rejecting the feeling and going through enjoying that feeling. I know it's hard to enjoy sometimes, but it's also a cycle of life. And I think we go through like roller coasters. So it's always good to like sometimes hit the bottom because you know that you go up again. So I think it's a lot all about like embracing and then finding small things to make you feel happy.
So like going through the pain is the answer.
That is because I think in a way that then you don't carry it with you forever. Because for instance, like grief is something very hard to process. And if you don't process it well, you know that it comes back in a moment that you don't expect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's something you on your own have to share, right? That people cannot make your loss, like they can't fix it babies. It's not up to them. It's your feelings and it's your responsibility to take care of your feelings.
Okay.
But definitely having someone to listen to you, it's important.
ओह भाई का कॉल आ रहा है. Hey bro, what's up?
ओए मेरे पैसे वापस कर दे यार. ओए प्लीज यार प्लीज.
उसको मोबाइल नहीं रखना चाहिए. मोबाइल का कारण ये है कि वो मोबाइल रखेगा परमात्मा से नहीं जुड़ पाएगा. शून्य होने के लिए मोबाइल चाहिए ही नहीं. मोबाइल नहीं रहेगा तो उसके काम आसान जैसे भी करना होगा आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान से वो करेगा.
ये तो प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा.
I was trying to wake up early, do my meditation or pranayama, whatever it was, or like asana practice. And that's become like part of my daily routine. I always try to keep, no matter what, even when I was traveling, camping.
movements, I would say. Try to more like when you travel or when you're sad, when you're happy, just try to be more mobile. Yeah, love movements. Doesn't need to be like, like running all the time or practicing yoga every day. But like, just generally be more mobile. So,
I think that I've lived abroad for many years away from my family, and I left a lot of friends behind. But I've got in the habit of always staying in touch somehow daily. So like I feel it's really nourishing for me to have a conversation with either parents or my partner or whoever it is, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, right? That for me that's a priority, and I'd like to always carry that with me wherever I go.
Probably journaling. I think you caught me journaling when I was sitting here. Yeah, I think reflective, insightful. It's a beautiful way. The mind can make things out to be much bigger than they are. So when you write it out, it really keeps things in perspective. And I just built this habit of connecting to my own soul, my true voice. So when I journal, it really is coming from that perspective. And yeah, so it's just a beautiful habit that I've created that I can always go to feel seen and to feel heard. Yeah.
I think that overall we're in life, it's always you have many emotions at the same time, right? You're not always like just happy or just sad, and sometimes there's like some more predominant emotions there, but it's important to remember that all the other things are there as well, right? And this is just part of life, and then just knowing that it can't always just be a sad part. It's life is everything.
And it's when you sit back, even just for a moment, and you're like, okay, take a step back and look from another perspective, and that's where you realize,
A whisper in the wind, a silent sound I heard saying it's been a while. Where were you? Where were you? What took you so long?